All right, you are welcome again. Let's continue on a lesson on proof of inequalities. Today, let's take this question. Prove that AB is less than or equal to half of A squared plus B squared. That is, when you take two numbers, the product is always less than the half of the sum of their squared. That is, when you take the product, keep it one side, and then half of the sum of their squared. So you take their squared, add them together, the half of it will be greater than the product. That is, AB is less than or equal to half of A squared plus B squared. So when you take A squared plus B squared, add it together, the half of it is greater than or equal to the product of A and B, which is AB. Okay, so we say for all A and B are real numbers. For all A and B are real numbers. So please pay attention. Let's go. In this lesson, we make reference to this in some of our lessons also. In some of our provings, we make reference to this. Please pay attention to this. It will also help you or enable you to understand the rest of them. Okay, now let's go. We have AB is less than or equal to half of A squared plus B squared. For all A, B are real numbers. Now let's go. Here, I want us to remove this half. That is 1 over 2. It's the same as multiplying this bracket, okay? But nevertheless, I don't want us to multiply. Let's just remove the half. So what can we do so that we remove this half? We can simply multiply both sides by 2. Why did we multiply both sides by 2? It is just the inverse of 1 over 2, so that this 1 over 2 can go. Okay? So the inverse of this 1 over 2 is 2. So when we multiply both sides by 2, this half will disappear. Okay? So when we do so, we are going to have in our left hand side 2AB is less than or equal to A squared plus B squared. Is that true? Yes. Now listen. Here we have 2AB is less than or equal to A squared plus B squared. In the law of inequality, we say that when you multiply both sides by the same number, positive real numbers, it remains the same. The sign is not changed. So we have not done anything magical here. So what the values we are having now is still the same with the values above, because you can still reverse it back. Okay, now in these are inequalities. After your solvings, you can start from the answer back to your question. I can start from your question back to your answer. That is how it is. If you cannot do it in any of your proving of inequality, that means you are not correct. So in this case now, you can decide to start from the answer back to the question. As a matter of fact, in some of our lessons, we did something like that. Okay, there is a one we started from the answer back to the question, but in this case, I want us to start from the question to the answer, and also you can reverse it back. Okay, now let's go. We have 2AB is less than or equal to A squared plus B squared. Now pay attention to this. I want to establish a fact here. That is something we are going to prove to be true. Okay, now let's go. Now listen. If you say that A is less than or equal to B, if you say that A is less than or equal to B, that means you are saying that B is greater than or equal to A. Is that true? Yes. And then if so, then B minus A must be greater than or equal to 0. Hello? That is to say, when you say that 1 is less than 3, when you say that 1 is less than 3, that means 3 minus 1 must be greater than 0. Is that true? Yes. When you say that 1 is less than 3, that means that 3 minus 1 must be greater than 0. So if you succeed in proving this fact, That means we are done. Okay, now let's go. We have 2ab is less than or equal to a² plus b squared. What can we do here? So here, let's take 2ab to be our a, and then a² plus b² to be our what? B. So when you say b minus a, it should give us what? Greater than 0. Now let's take 2ab to the other side. So as it is going, it should be minus 2ab. So as it goes to the other side, we'll be left with 0 on the left hand side. So that means we are going to have a² plus b² minus 2ab. Now let's put it in the middle. That means we are going to have a² minus 2ab plus b². Hello. a² minus 2ab plus b². That is what we are having. So what can we do now? Please pay attention. We have a² and then we have b². So we can actually pick these two terms together. We have a minus b in bracket squared. So this is what we call completing the squared. So this a minus b in bracket squared, when you open it or when you multiply this, that means we are going to open it into two places again. That means we are going to have something like a minus b in bracket times a minus b in bracket. That is what this square is all about. And then when you say a minus b in bracket times a minus b in bracket, it is going to give you exactly a² minus 2ab plus b². Hello. Yes, that is what it's going to give you. That means here we are having 0 is less than or equal to a minus b² in bracket. Okay, so that means if you say that 0 is less than or equal to a minus b in bracket squared, it's also saying that a minus b in bracket squared is greater than or equal to 0. That is exactly what we want to prove. So we have proven and we find out that a minus b in bracket squared is greater than or equal to 0. Hence the proof. All right. Yes, please pay attention to this lesson. Take them gradually. You will understand. All right. Please, if you are new to our YouTube channel, please help us subscribe, like, and share our videos. All right. Thank you very much. See you next time. Let's take more example.